joining me, we have Bob Brewer, and he is from Anytime Fitness here in Boone. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Now, Anytime Fitness, the name kind of explains it all. This is literally a gym where you can go pretty much any time, correct?
That's correct. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so we never close.
Now, do you have a lot of people, do you know, that come in at maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m.?
You'd be surprised because what we have is a lot of the restaurant people that are members, and they get off of work, say 2 o'clock. They don't want to go home. They still got that adrenaline going, so they come and work out. We have, police officers, nurses, doctors, and people don't work the old 9 to 5s that they used to.
Right. Well, very cool. And I think that's great because I know for myself, any excuse to not work out I can come up with. But at any time, it sounds like there's really no excuse because you can fit it in at some point in a 24-hour period.
It's funny you say that. It's one of the signs we have in our window. There's no excuses.
Exactly. You have to come. Now, how long have you guys been here in Boone?
About 4 years. It'll be 4 years in July.
Awesome. And how did you end up here and running this gym?
Well, we lived in Raleigh, and I had other gyms as well. And we came up here, and I fell in love with the high country and loved Boone. I thought, this is a place I want to kind of settle down and just really focus my attention on Boone. And so we ended up getting rid of the other gyms and just stayed up here. And it's probably one of the best moves I've ever made.
I don't blame you. I'm from Raleigh, and Raleigh's fantastic, but Boone is a very unique place.
It's a special place.
It is.
When you come up here and the people, just the climate. Now, I can't say much about the climate. We've had, the winter hasn't been the best, but overall, the climate, just the people, I think, is what makes it special.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit about the weather and kind of how that affects the way people work out. Is there a busier season for you guys? When
the weather is nasty, that's when people really come to the gym.
Right.
We find out that if it's a beautiful day, people are going to be, a lot of people are going to go outside. They want to run, they want to hike, they want to do different things. So instead of going to the gym, they might be doing that. But what we find out is, it's pretty busy year round, but the summer is our lightest time.
Okay. All right. So now's a good time to join. Won't be as crowded probably.
Absolutely. But we have a great group. The culture we've tried to create at the gym, it's like a big family, and people know each other. We try to know everybody, and it seems that most of the people that come to our gym, they have fun. They enjoy it. They look forward to it rather than, they don't want to. They're not really that thrilled about the pain they may have from working out. But we try to soften that by putting TVs on all the cardio pieces. That way they can watch their favorite show when they're doing their cardio workouts.
MTN, they can watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Show.
MTN, exactly. Okay. I think most of the channels are turned in MTN.
Absolutely. Well, I know I was a member of Anytime Fitness last winter when it was too cold to run outside. And one thing I loved was the treadmills. They are up against these beautiful windows so that you can look outside and you're not just facing a wall like you are in a lot of gyms.
I think most people like that. They don't feel closed in. And they can still see all the things going on outside, the traffic and different things happening. But I think all that glass across the front is very, very attractive to most members.
Yeah, I know I get a little bored. So you got the TV, you got the windows, kind of makes your run a little more enjoyable.
You do a little people watching.
Exactly. Who doesn't like to people watch? Now talk with us a little bit about some of the other equipment that you have at Anytime Fitness.
Well, all of our equipment is the state-of-the-art equipment. So I think when people come into our gym, they're usually a little surprised at the quality.
Yeah.
And we spend a lot to get it that way, but as I mentioned, all of our cardio pieces, our treadmills, our elliptical machines, our recumbent bikes, our spinning bikes, stair steppers. We have a lot of different equipment there for cardio, but with the TVs on all those pieces, of course, that takes them up a notch. And we have fans on everything. We have iPod holders, and you can put your iPod on all of our cardio, and it'll charge it and also play it. So I think that overall they're pretty impressed when people come in at the quality of the equipment we have and the state-of-the-art, equipment that they don't usually see at other gyms.
Yeah, we're so high maintenance now when we work out. I know I am. I like to have the place with the water, the fan, the iPod, maybe a magazine, and you guys have all of that.
Right, and I think that's, and we hear a lot of comments. People say, "Wow, I didn't know," because we're kind of stuck in the middle there at the building at Boone Point.
Right.
And so when they come in, they don't know what to expect. And we say, well, come in, people will call and we'll say, just come in and take a look around to see if it fits for you. We're not a hard sell gym at all, as you know. The gym sells itself.
Absolutely.
And when they come in and take a look around, they're usually very impressed.
Absolutely. I know one thing that always impressed me a lot was how neat and clean everything was. It's so organized. It's very easy to move around and kind of find everything you need to.
Well, we try. You know, we have our gym cleaned professionally pretty much every day. That's important to us. You know, the old being an ex-coach and college athlete and stuff. You know, when you're used to the gyms and the locker rooms that you have, and
Right.
they're usually not the cleanest. But you know, that's very important because we're a family gym. So we have about 50% men, 50% women. We have people from 14 to 90. And so, you know, a family gym atmosphere versus, you know, something to be more just for powerlifting or
Right.
something like that. But it works out well that way.
Sounds great. And I was going to ask you about the clientele, but it sounds like a little bit of everybody.
It is. You know, we have all shapes and sizes, all ages, and we encourage that. You know, I think one of the biggest fallacies people have is they think, well, I'll join a gym when I get in shape.
Right.
And they don't want to come into a gym because they don't feel like they're, you know, in good enough shape, or they don't want to look bad. Well, we have great testimonials. We have lists and lists of testimonials of people who have lost over 100 pounds, people who have lost, you know, a lot of them 50 pounds, 70 pounds. But it's not just so much losing weight. You know, what we realize is everybody that comes into our front door, they have a different goal. You know, some just want to tone up, some want to lose weight, some want to do both. Some are getting ready for a wedding.
Yeah.
So we try to, with our trainers, we have some great trainers, we try to get people pointed in the right direction.
Sounds great. Now talk with us a little bit about some of your training options.
Well, we have, you know, with Tom Hanna and Shauna Hamby, two of our trainers, they'll sit down with our members and kind of ask the questions. What are you trying to, you know, achieve with your fitness goals? And it helps us get them going, not just on the strength, you know, and the cardio, but also nutrition. And a lot of it's just the mental aspect of it too, because, you know, if you really want to achieve your goals, you have to dedicate yourself to it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people will come in and they'll just say, well, I'm in the gym, now what?
Right.
You know, so we make sure we say, well, look here, once we know what you're trying to do as far as trying to accomplish, then we can actually work with you, with our trainers and myself or anyone at the gym, to make sure you know how to use the equipment and to achieve your goals versus just saying, you know, go at it.
Right. And that's a great point. It can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes to go into a gym and you see all this equipment, some of it you don't even know how to use. So sometimes having a trainer really helps you to hone in on exactly what you want to do and make sure you're doing everything correctly.
Absolutely. You know, our trainers, you know, the pricing is great, but you know, what's nice is when you join our gym, you get your first session free with a personal trainer.
Okay.
I mean, so we want to make sure you get started in the right direction. And so they'll work with them, and there's no charge. And, you know, again, it's not like some of the gyms you'll find in the bigger cities where you walk in the door and you've got personal trainers kind of running at you.
Right.
You know, trying to grab you to say, you know, because they're working on commission. That's not the way, you know, our trainers are. So they, I think you'll find they're laid back. Our whole gym atmosphere is more laid back. You know, we're not a hard sell. You know, I tell people, and I would tell everybody right now that's watching, just come by and take a look. You know, you'll and see if it fits for you. Because if it doesn't, then we understand that. But if it does, we'll be glad to work with you.
Definitely. Now, another thing I always really liked, especially if I was going late at night, is that it feels very safe. Talk with us a little bit about how your members actually get in the door.
Well, you know, we have a lot of safety features. I'm glad you asked that question. You know, Anytime Fitness, I'll just take a quick step back here. You know, we're the largest chain of fitness centers in the world.
Right.
So what's nice about that, when you first come in the door is always locked. You get a little key fob, you put in front of this little black door strike, and it unlocks the door. Well, that same key fob unlocks every Anytime Fitness in the world. There's over 2,400. So when you become a member at Anytime Fitness, you're actually a member instantly of over 2,400 other clubs around the country. So people that travel, it's a great deal. They just opened one recently in Wilkesboro. They got one in Asheville. They're all over Charlotte, Raleigh, Tennessee.
Right.
That's a big plus. That's one of the security features, is the fact that you have to have a key fob to get in. The door's locked. But once you come in, we have cameras throughout the entire facility. So everything's under surveillance. It goes into a DVR in my office. We can run back cameras. If you came in and lost your keys, we can run back the cameras and find them for you. We have a panic button on the wall where if you push that button, if you felt ill or uncomfortable for any reason, you're calling the police. They'll be there in less than 5 minutes. We have little panic necklaces. We have all kinds of safety features built in because of being a 24-hour gym. And I think one of the most successful facts that Anytime Fitness has as a company around the world is they've not really had one incident. I mean, that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
When you consider being a 24-hour gym, because we're not always staffed.
Right.
But we're staffed a lot of the hours. But it's just a matter of, if you're there and there's not a staff member in the office, you still feel safe.
Absolutely, which is so, so important. And I love the convenience of that. First of all, you can work out anytime, but then all these multiple locations that you automatically are a member of. That's fantastic.
You know, it is, and something again that Anytime Fitness, the company, it was just awarded in Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine the #1 franchise in the world.
Wow.
It's the first time in over 25 years it wasn't a restaurant, like Subway or someone like that, McDonald's. I mean, so the concept works. I think people that when they travel and they see the other Anytime Fitnesses, they like the fact that they have that reciprocity and they're able to use all the gyms around the country. Like I said, the world too, because they're pretty much international now.
Again, no excuses. I love it. Now, talk with us about how someone actually becomes a member at Anytime Fitness. Do they need to make an appointment, just stop by?
Really, just stop by. I mean, if you'd like to make an appointment, well, our staffed hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., but we're usually there before that and after that as well. We have trainers there, you know, throughout the day and night as well. But just come by. We'll be glad to take care of you. It takes us about 10 minutes to get you completely signed up, get your picture in the system, get your key fob set up so that it works at all the clubs. If you find you can't make it during those hours that we're staffed, then we'll set up an appointment for you and meet you then. And but it's pretty simple and pretty painless.
All right, sounds perfect. Well, remind us one more time where you're located.
We are located at the Boone Point building, which is on 105 Extension and 421 right at the corner, across the street from the Subaru and Sleep Inn and La Quinta. And we're right in the middle. Now, of course, you park in the back, and our door, the entrance is around the back. So when you drive by, you'll see our sign. You'll see the people working out and just drive around back. We also have parking that people don't realize is that we have underground parking. So if you have inclement weather, we have a whole parking garage below us. People can park there. They can park up at the ground level. So there's plenty of parking, and it's a beautiful building. Just love to invite everybody to come by and take a look.
Absolutely. And hours, super simple, 24/7.
That's correct. No more excuses.
Perfect. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.